Please hurry. Someone is inside my house." The 911 operator leaned closer to her screen. "Stay calm. What is your address?" There was heavy breathing on the line. A woman trying not to cry. "It's 418 Willow Drive," the woman said. "I locked the doors, but I can hear him. He's walking upstairs." "Officers are on the way," the operator said. "Can you tell me who is inside the house with you?" The woman paused. Then she whispered, "That's the problem. I'm alone." A loud bang echoed through the call. Something hit a door. The woman gasped. The operator said quickly. "What was that noise?" "His knocking," the woman whispered. "But, his knocking from inside my bedroom." The operator felt a chill. "Are you somewhere safe right now?" "I'm in the closet," the woman said. "I can see his shadow under the door." Another bang. Louder this time. The woman started crying. "He keeps saying my name. He sounds like my husband." "Is your husband home?" the operator asked. "No," the woman said. "My husband died last year." There was silence for 2 seconds. Then the woman screamed. The line went dead. The 911 call ended suddenly. 10 minutes later, police cars pulled up outside 418 Willow Drive. Red and blue lights flashed across the quiet street. The house looked normal. No broken windows. No forced doors. No movement. Officer Daniel Brooks stepped out of his car with his partner, Officer Kevin Moore. "Caller disconnected," Kevin said. "Dispatch says screaming" before the line dropped. Daniel nodded. "Let's check it." They knocked. No answer. "Police," Daniel shouted. "Open the door." Nothing. Kevin tried the handle. The door was unlocked. They exchanged a look and stepped inside. The house was quiet. Too quiet. A family photo hung crooked on the wall. A woman smiling next to a man in a suit. A black ribbon was taped to the corner of the frame. Daniel frowned. "You feel that?" Kevin nodded. "Yeah, it's cold." They moved through the living room. The TV was on. Static filled the screen. The volume was low, like someone had turned it down to hide the noise. Daniel called out. "This is the police." No answer. They checked the kitchen. Nothing wrong. No signs of a fight. Then they saw the stairs. Dark. Silent. A single light flickered at the top. Daniel raised his flashlight. Upstairs. Each step creaked as they climbed. Halfway up, Kevin stopped. "Do you hear that?" he whispered. Daniel listened. Footsteps. Slow ones. Coming from the hallway above them. Someone was walking. Daniel shouted, "Police. Show yourself." The footsteps stopped. They reached the top of the stairs. The hallway was long and narrow. Bedroom doors lined both sides. One door at the end was closed. The closet door inside that room was cracked open. Daniel approached slowly. His heart was pounding. He said gently. "We're here to help you." He pushed the bedroom door open. The room was empty. The bed was neatly made. No signs of a struggle. No broken furniture. Kevin checked the bathroom. Empty. Daniel walked toward the closet. The door was slightly open. He pulled it wide. Inside was the woman from the photo. She was standing, eyes wide, not blinking. Her phone was still in her hand. Daniel reached out. She didn't move. Kevin stepped closer. "Daniel, she's not breathing." Daniel felt his stomach drop. The woman was cold. Very cold. Kevin looked around the room. If she's dead, who was on the phone? That's when the bedroom door behind them slowly closed. The handle turned. Locked. And from inside the closet, the woman's phone suddenly lit up. A new call appeared on the screen. Incoming call, 911. The phone began to ring. And from behind them, a voice whispered softly, "You found her too early." The phone kept ringing. The sound echoed through the small bedroom, sharp and loud, like it was bouncing off the walls. Officer Daniel Brooks felt his throat go dry. His eyes moved slowly from the glowing phone in the dead woman's hand to the locked bedroom door behind them. Kevin swallowed hard. "Daniel, that phone shouldn't be ringing." Daniel nodded. "I know." The woman's eyes were still open, still staring. Her fingers were wrapped tightly around the phone, frozen in place. The screen flashed again. Incoming call, 911. Kevin reached out with a shaking hand and gently took the phone from her grip. The moment he did, the ringing stopped. Silence. Too much silence. Daniel tried the bedroom door. It wouldn't budge. "Dispatch, this is Officer Brooks," he said into his radio. "We're locked inside the bedroom. We have one deceased female. Something is wrong here." The radio crackled. Then a voice came through. Not dispatch. It was the woman's voice. Please, please hurry. Someone is inside my house. Daniel froze. Kevin's eyes went wide. That's the 911 call. The radio continued playing, repeating the call they had just listened to in the car. Every word, every breath, like the house was replaying it. Daniel turned in a slow circle, flashlight shaking in his hand. Who's here? He shouted. Show yourself. The radio went silent. Then footsteps sounded in the hallway outside the bedroom. Slow, calm, heavy, Kevin whispered, but we locked the door. The closet behind them creaked. Daniel spun around just in time to see it open on its own. The closet was dark inside, deeper than it should have been. The back wall looked wrong, like it went farther back than the rest of the house. A shape stood inside, tall, still. Daniel aimed his flashlight into the darkness. The beam caught a man's face. He looked just like the man in the photo downstairs. The woman's husband. Kevin gasped. That's him. That's the dead husband. The man smiled, but his mouth didn't move. The smile stretched across his face like it was painted on. I told her not to call, the man said calmly. She never listens. Daniel shouted, Get on the ground. Now. The man stepped forward. The closet stretched with him. It didn't end. It kept going back, like the inside of the house was hollow. Kevin fired his taser. The wires hit the man's chest. Nothing happened. He didn't flinch. He didn't blink. He just kept walking. Daniel grabbed Kevin's arm and pulled him back. Stay behind me. The man stopped inches away from them. The room felt freezing cold. Daniel could see his breath again. She was lonely, the man said softly. I came back for her. Kevin shook his head. You're dead. The man tilted his head. So is she. The lights exploded. Glass shattered. The room dropped into darkness. Daniel felt something brush past his shoulder, cold fingers. The smell of dirt and old wood filled the air. The flashlight flickered back on. The man was gone. The closet was empty. The bedroom door was open. Kevin shouted, Daniel, look. The woman's body was no longer standing. She was gone. Only the phone remained, lying on the floor. It rang again. Daniel's heart pounded. He answered it without thinking. 911, what's your emergency? The operator said. Daniel whispered, You need to send backup. Now. He's still here. The operator paused. Sir, you're calling from inside 418 Willow Drive. I know, Daniel said. We're inside. Another pause. Then the operator said quietly, That's not possible. Daniel frowned. Why not? Because, she said, according to our system, officers already cleared that house 20 minutes ago. Daniel felt sick. Kevin looked at him. Daniel, listen. Footsteps were coming up the stairs again. Only this time. They were running. The footsteps slammed up the stairs, fast and heavy, like someone running without stopping to breathe. Daniel grabbed Kevin's arm and pulled him out of the bedroom. Move. Daniel shouted. They ran into the hallway just as the bedroom door behind them slammed shut on its own. The walls shook. The lights flickered wildly, flashing between bright white and total darkness. Kevin looked back, breathing hard. That voice on the phone, it said we already cleared the house. Daniel nodded. Which means whatever is here doesn't want us remembered. The footsteps stopped at the top of the stairs. Then the sound changed. It was no longer running. It was dragging. Something heavy scraped along the floor, slow and patient, like it knew there was nowhere left to hide. Police. Daniel shouted, though his voice shook. Show yourself. A laugh answered him. Low, calm, familiar. The man stepped into the hallway. The husband. But he wasn't solid anymore. Parts of him faded in and out, like a bad video signal. His face twisted unnaturally, eyes too dark, smile too wide. You shouldn't have answered the call, he said. That call belongs to this house now. Kevin raised his gun with shaking hands. Stay back. The man tilted his head. You came when she called. That means you heard her. That means you're part of it. The hallway doors began to open one by one. Bedrooms, bathroom, storage closet. Inside each room, Daniel saw shadows standing still, watching. Shapes of people who didn't move, didn't breathe. Victims. The man pointed toward the stairs. She's waiting downstairs. Daniel whispered to Kevin, We get to the front door and we don't stop. They ran. The stairs felt longer than before, bending slightly, stretching as they moved. The front door was right there, just a few feet away. Daniel reached for the handle. It wouldn't turn. Behind them, the shadows poured down the stairs, filling the space with cold air. The smell of dirt grew stronger. Kevin turned and fired. The bullets passed straight through the man. He laughed softly. "You can't arrest what answered the call." The woman's voice suddenly filled the house. "Please, please hurry. Someone is inside my house." It came from every direction. Daniel realized the truth then. "The house keeps the call," he said aloud. "It replays it." The man nodded. "Every time someone listens, someone stays." Kevin's breathing slowed. "Daniel, my radio." Daniel looked. Kevin's radio was playing the call now. The same words. The same fear. Kevin dropped it in panic. "Make it stop." Daniel grabbed Kevin and pushed him toward the kitchen window. "Break it." Kevin smashed the glass with his elbow. Cold night air rushed in. The man screamed, not loud, but angry. "No, you can't leave it unfinished." Daniel shoved Kevin through the window first, then followed, landing hard on the grass outside. The house went silent behind them. They ran to the patrol cars. As Daniel slammed the door shut and started the engine, he looked back at the house. Every light was on. In the upstairs bedroom window, the woman stood holding her phone. Beside her stood her husband, both of them smiling. Dispatch crackled over the radio. "Officer Brooks, status check." Daniel answered, voice steady but hollow. "House is clear." The lights in the house went out all at once. The next morning, the report said the woman died alone of natural causes. No intruder, no husband, no strange call. But weeks later, Daniel was sitting in his car late at night when his radio crackled on by itself. A familiar voice whispered through the speaker, "Please, please hurry. Someone is inside my house." Daniel didn't answer, but the radio kept playing. And somewhere, another patrol car was already on the way.